Hi, I'm Melissa with What Mommy Wants, and I'm in Amber's bathroom today to bring you a review for Picasso Hair Feathers. Okay, so the design or the color styles that I chose to review is called Sweetheart, and it has 5 in it, and they are purple and pink and like a light pink, almost gray color, and they come like this. There actually was 2 things. They were a little bit better packaged when I got them, but we already put one in Amber's hair, so I've already taken them apart. But this is how they come, my tape measure. So from the top of the hair color, but it is about, let's see, from the top of the hair color part to the tip, it's about 16 inches. Let's get up and show you that. A little bit better there. So there we have about 16. Hope you can see that okay. But that's how long they are, and you can cut them. They're actually not feathers, they're cruelty-free. What it looks like to me is a synthetic hair, and then it has the little stripes to resemble feathers. But once you get them in, they look really cute. It comes with this loop, and that's going to be for attaching it. And you want to save that afterwards. But I'm going to have Amber come in here. I'm going to put one in her hair, and then we'll talk some more about the hair feathers. Okay, so here's Amber, and she already has I think it's plum. Where'd it go? There it is. She already has one in there. And I cut it to her hair length. Can you sit up a little bit taller? Yeah, I cut it to her hair length there. So what I'm going to do is part off her hair. And we'll put the rest of them in. So I found the one I put in already. Did you bring the pliers with you? Mm-mm. Go get the pliers.
Sorry. Did we do that part? Let's redo that part.
Come on! We're still killing battery here. I don't want to have to edit the whole thing out. Okay. So here's Amber, and all we're going to need to put the hair feathers in is the hair feathers and pliers. These are my rusty old pliers. Not trusty, rusty. I got them out of the garage. So, and a hair clip. So we have the one in here already. You can see, turn your head. You can see it in there. So what you're going to do is part your hair so that it's going to be covered, so you don't want the little ring showing. So I'm just parting it and clip it back right there on the top, and we'll put a couple more right here. So let's get the pink one. So what I was saying before about, let me get closer to Amber's head. That way you can see a little bit better. So the loop that I was showing you before, it can't really focus on it, but it's got a little loop that's already threaded through the ring. So there's the ring. Give it a minute to focus, possibly. There's the little metal ring right there, and this loop goes through that ring. So what you're going to do is thread your hair through this loop, and then when you pull the loop out like this, it's going to pull your hair through this ring, and that's how it's going to attach to your hair. So what you want to do is get a little tiny section. Now if you make it too thin, it's not going to clamp, and if you make it too thick, you'll know because it won't fit through the ring on the hair or on the feather. So yeah. So all I'm going to do is, whoop, dropped it. I'm going to get the loop, and I put my thumb and my forefinger through the loop to grab her hair. So I'm going to grab her little section of hair here and pull it through that loop. So now I've got the hair feather on her hair, and I'm just going to pull the little thing through. I'm going to pull it through like that. And if it was too thick, it wouldn't fit through there. If you're having trouble getting it to come through the ring, then you have too much hair, make your section a little smaller. So I'm going to push the ring all the way up to the root, Don't throw this away because they are reusable and you'll need that to rethread it after, you know, it falls out or whatever. So my recommendation for this, I have found when I did my own hair feather, is not to hold it out like this when you're clamping down on with the pliers, because then you're going to have that ring sticking out and it might poke through the hair that's over top, or if you wanted to put it in a ponytail it would create a bump. So I would tell you to make sure that you pull or position it like in a downward direction. That way when you clamp down and flatten it, it's not sticking straight out. So I'm going to do that really quick. My pliers, and just, there you go, done. It's all squeezed on there, and there you go. She has a cute pink hair feather. So I'm going to do another one right here, and I'll do the rest of this package. There's 5 in the package, so I'm going to do the rest of the package right now. And there we go, we have 5 hair feathers. And you could leave them long if you wanted to, so that you could see them a little bit better, or maybe just trim them down and leave them peeking. That way if you do curl them, they, you know, you can still see them a little bit. But I wanted to talk about the feathers themselves. You can blow dry them, wash them. They will stay in your hair for a good couple of weeks. Provided you don't brush through them too often. You want to be careful when you're brushing, but you can also straighten them and curl them, just like your regular hair. Now the only thing with straightening and curling them is your heat tool, your curling iron or straightening or flat iron should be set at a temperature of 180 or below. They don't recommend you going any higher than 180. Now, I have a little bit of an issue with that because my hair straightener, that's the minimum, 250. So I have used it at 250 to curl them, and it didn't damage them. But again, I don't recommend that because the manufacturer states clearly that you shouldn't go over 180. So what I'm going to do, the best way I found to actually get a good curl on them is to start at the base and wrap it around, depending on how tight you want the curl. If you want a really tight curl, you could do 1 finger. I'm going to do a looser curl, so I'm going to do 2 fingers and just wrap it. I'll just wrap it. And then you pull it off, then you have like a ring. So what I'm going to do is hold that ring and just get one side with the straightener to flatten it. Don't want to hold it on there too long. And then I'm going to hold the side that I just did, it's very hot, and do the other side of the little circle that we created. And let it go. And there you have a nice little curl. Now, let's do a little bit of a tighter one on the purple. It's just so I can show you. I'm still going to do 2 fingers just because Amber's hair is not curled right now, and might look funny if I do 2 tiny of them. But I'm just going to do the same thing, 2 fingers. Now, if you want it to have a tighter curl, like the sooner you let go after doing it, the looser your curl is also going to be. So we're going to do the same thing, except switch to the other side. Be careful not to burn your fingers, of course. Okay, and then after I do that with the heat, I'm going to hold it for a minute and let it cool down some. That'll keep it a little bit tighter if you cool it down while it's still in its little circle. So there we have a little bit tighter. So there are some curling options. So you can use a heat on your hair feathers, and I think that looks really cute. Do you want me to curl this one? Just do a little bit of curling. The way I normally curl my hair, I'm going to show you just to show the difference, is I take my curling iron or my straightening iron and I turn it and pull. But what I think I'm doing, the reason I'm not getting a good result on that is because I'm pulling on this after I've curled it and it's still hot. So it cools into straight as I'm doing it. But you can curl it with your straightener just like I just did. You can also put product on it. You can put gel in it to hold it better in place if you'd like. And it washes out just fine. So there is our hair feathers. You brush through them just like your regular hair. I might have pulled some of the curl out with that. Amber's hair has a little static in it. But there you are. Those are our Picasso hair feathers. And there is, it says clearly on there, don't apply heat over 180 degrees, which I just did and I don't recommend doing. Okay, so as you can see, the hair feathers are super easy to put in. I just put in 4 in Amber's hair and showed you how to curl them. We really like the hair feathers. They were really easy, they're really cute, and they're pretty durable. I've had mine in for about a week, and it did move down some. You can see where the clamp is now. But it did move down. The clamp is now right here. It moved down. I didn't have it all the way up at my root. I had to pull it down some because I wear my hair in a ponytail for work. But I brushed it last night and it pulled it down a little bit. But if you're really careful with it, it shouldn't do that. But I have mine curled as well. You can see. And I'll go put some more in later. But that is their hair feathers. And I'll put more information down. Thanks for watching and see you next time.